My name is Janet.
And my name is Marcus. And together we are
AfriRopa.
AfriRopa, yes.
Good afternoon.
Hi there, afternoon.
Now, our audience, greetings. Now, we have to come to a topic of money.
Okay,
The
yeah.
topic is money today.
Okay.
Yes, and I wanted you to tell me whether you know what money is.
Well, that's a very broad question. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Money is a means to exchange goods and services between people or organizations.
In order to own something, isn't it? To purchase.
In order
the purchasing power.
Yeah, but where do you want to go with your question?
I want to go with the different ways of making money in my country here in Kenya, and the age at which we should allow our children to start earning. That's where I'm going.
Okay, all right.
Because our children are turning 18 and they are out of Form 4, the high school level.
Yeah.
And now immediately they come out, they are making money. Some of our children are making money through content creation. Others are making money out of art and what do you call gymnastics.
And others drive a border. Yes.
Others drive border. Others sell wares by the roadside or in shops or in the CBD.
Others look for a job at the business, whatever. Yeah.
Jobs are hard to come by when you don't have a course. But anyway, they do all that.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about money and looking at our children that are just coming of age and wondering, should there be a restrictive way as to we as parents where we can come in and tell our children, no, you are not yet grown enough or an adult to touch money and to even make money?
Well, I mean, this is not necessarily a question about making money. It is rather a question at which age somebody should be allowed to work. Right? That's the question. I mean, we give our kids a certain allowance, so that even if they are kids, so that they can go and get probably some sweets or whatever. So also that they learn to be responsible with their own money, pocket money. So we do that from an age of 10 maybe or something like this, when we start giving them an allowance, or pocket money. And so they know what money is, but your question really touches the point of starting at which age and under which circumstances should they be allowed to go and look for work or something like this. That's the question here. And I mean, there is a clear legal requirement here. Under which age it is considered child labor, and of course that's prohibited, and for a good reason. And above that age, of course, there are certain traits where you might say they are not appropriate for kids. And others where you feel like, okay, that is something they can do. So does that answer your question, or?
It partly answers, and the other part that it didn't answer is these kids, you know how they are, the Gen Zs, the Gen Alphas. You know how sharp they are. It's like they are different. They are not like us. When we were growing up, we were not as sharp as they are today. So they come out of this high school age when they are very, very sharp.
Okay.
And the things they can do are not the things that we used to do. So a kid will be home, but we still make money out of YouTube or out of social media, whatever.
I think that is a very, very tiny fraction of the kids that are really making money out of YouTube.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have known a few that are even registered, do not even have the IDs, yet they are done very well in music. Like the kid that I'm referring to here in this case, it's not that we were discussing this kid in this video, but this kid started singing in Sunday school for us.
Okay,
and
fine.
She became
yeah.
such a good singer.
Yeah.
That she was even advised that her music, the mother was advised that her music should be put on YouTube.
She has a voice, okay.
So
yeah.
she went, she has a YouTube channel, but she's still underage, because here in Kenya you get an ID when you are 18 years old.
Okay, yeah.
So what the mother did, when the YouTube channel became very well known and it
was
got
taking off, okay.
Very well, it did very well. The mother had to, YouTube has to send the money to your account.
Yes.
So there was that question, the mother asking us for an idea whether it is that money should go into the mother's account so this kid made a lot of money when she was still very young. Young as in 11, 12 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there are many more like that.
Okay.
Many more children like that that are doing gaming. Others are doing I don't know, these things that children do on YouTube. I don't know what they are called. But they get to earn out of that avenue, and they use money for themselves.
Well, I mean, as you already said, they cannot register themselves as the recipients of the money.
They may not receive the money.
So for that matter, the parents already are in charge. Literally, they are in charge.
Yes.
They are, and I mean, if a child is talented and can sing, and you let the child sing at the church choir, and the kid wants to express himself, by making music, I think that isn't anything bad, because that's just that's the primary reason for the kid is not to make money, but it's the artistic expression they want to do.
To grow her talent or their talent. But should they be allowed to call that money theirs?
If I was a parent, I would say I keep that money, and put it on a bank account, and I will give that money to you once you go to the university to pay for the tuition. That's what I would do.
Then you have answered my question, which was, at what age should children be allowed to earn their own money and control it? I know we can expand on that.
Yeah, that's two different things. Yeah, you're talking about earning money and controlling the money.
Yeah, because when you earn money, it is your money. You can control it. You can use it the way you want.
So on the example of that kid, the kid was making money through YouTube, and the parents were administering that account or that money.
Yes.
So,
but the child could come guns blazing, "Mom, give me
money.
Money, it's my money after all."
Okay, if the parents were wise, they would have said, well, we can give you an allowance based on that money you earn, But apart from that, we are putting most of the money aside so that we can pay for your tuition fees at the university. Yeah.
And that time for the university comes.
And that time for the university
this child still has a lot of money in their account.
Yeah, and that's good.
And this child comes and tells you, now in this case, I'm calling her a child and she's 18.
At that time, it's hers. Absolutely.
But she's still too young to handle the millions.
Millions is a little bit steep. I mean, we know about people who are kids who broke down over it. There is enough pop stars. That had really very, very sad stories to tell. What's the name of the one famous girl that was a pop star in the early 2000s? I don't remember the name right now. It was a girly pop star, and she was actually pushed by her parents.
Yes.
It's the same thing than when parents send their kids to beauty pageants and stuff like that.
Yes.
But this is then mainly because the parents want to do the kids that, because the parents have that need to show off themselves and their kids, and those kids I really pity them. I absolutely pity them. That's not a childhood that is desirable, even though there is a lot of money and fame and whatever involved there, because these kids, they will be psychologically broken. Yeah.
Oh.
They are finished when they are 25 or something like this.
Yeah.
They will go through a midlife crisis at 25 and ask themselves, okay, what is all the money for that I have made and that I have earned? Turned out my parents were not good to me. They were only interested in themselves. They were narcissists, and they used me as their vehicle to show off their narcissism. That's what these kids tell themselves then at the age of 25. And at age 30 maybe they are really living a sad life, or they made a turnaround, but then they have no parents anymore because they have cut off contact with them.
Oh, now they found out their enemy.
Yeah.
So you think children should not be exposed to beauty pageant and all that at a very young age?
No, definitely not.
Not even at a young age. They should decide for themselves when they are over 18.
They should decide for themselves.
So
Yes.
coming back to money, do you think money can spoil that noises come from out there?
Yeah.
Do you think at age 18 they should still be under the control of their parents when it comes to finances?
Well, I mean, if the kids want to listen to what the parents have to say, what have to tell them, about responsible behavior, and if the kids want to listen, that's perfectly fine, But you cannot keep them. If the kids want to do whatever they want to do, they are legally allowed to do that, and the parents, they have to stay out of it, because everything else would be an overburden and controlling behavior, and you cannot do that.
And you only do that as a parent because you want to save your child.
Probably so, but that's not what the kids want. Remember when you were age 18, and you wanted your freedom and you wanted to decide for yourself.
Oh, I was dying to be free.
Yes, of course. That's
Yet
how
I
it
was
is.
very young. Today, I look at an 18-year-old child, let me say child or youth, and I'm like, oh my God, these people need a lot of guidance. They need to be supported.
They are not wise.
They are not. They are still young. They are still babies. In the mind here, they are still. They have a long way to go.
But still, you remember yourself how you were, and they wanted their freedom, and it is then the wisdom of the parents to let the kids do what they want, but stay in the background. To give good advice, and to catch them if they fall. So that's the best I can say.
That's your take on that.
Yeah.
My take is that I would not consider my child a grown up until they are maybe 23. I will not. The government may tell me at 18 they are grown up, they can, but I will still feel like my child still needs advice and care and protection and everything until they are 23. I would even have said 25, but maybe somebody can think I'm very old-fashioned, because in this life you need to guide, to guard, to advise, to you know, the world is spinning differently.
Yeah, but you're doing this nevertheless, and it is just up to you to do it in such a way that it's not overburdening.
Yes.
That's what I mean.
And also, that's what you mean,
Yeah.
And also, the relationship between you and your child, you also need to think about that, because there's this child you can try to advise and they
you can ruin that, But one thing to ruin your relationship to your child for sure is if you, out of your narcissistic behavior, think it is the child is your vessel to come out yourself and to present yourself, you will ruin your kid by doing that. Definitely, that's the case.
So you suggest we give them space, their own space. At what age?
They need to develop their own personality.
At what age?
Well, I mean, kids develop their own personality already at the age of 2. Everybody knows that. Yeah. But if you start at age of 2, oh look what a beautiful toddler that is, I want to bring him out to the TV stations to make advertisement for whatever, baby food or whatever it is, then you do this because you feel entitled to present your own narcissism through that child. And that's not good.
That's not good. So we have a lot to discuss when it comes to these children. And financially, because the topic was money, I still stand on my feet saying that financial stability or freedom, financial freedom should not be given to these children very early.
I see it a little bit more differentiated here when it comes to this, but yeah, we are good to have our own
agree
opinions.
to disagree, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Okay then, we end it there.
All right, okay.
Bye-bye.